This has to be one of the most embarrassing things I have ever had to open up to on this channel, but oh my god. But you know me, I'm an open book, so you guys know me, right? I'm a shifter who's trying to shift back to my 2016 DR and restart life from 12 years old. But here's one thing I've literally never told anyone, and I mean anyone. Not even people from my day-to-day life, because it's not really a experience I want to share, and you're gonna see why in just a second. So yeah, I've always been a believer that shifting realities for things is way better than trying to manifest them. But here's the thing with the OR though. The OR cannot really be trusted, with manifestations because the OR has a record of screwing shit up for me. So yeah. Like a lot of the stuff I had, I manifested intuitively. And even so, manifesting those things intuitively, like, it wasn't easy. It took so much intuition. But anyways, oh shit, bro. Opening up about this is hard, bro. Opening up about this is hard. But here's what I never told anyone because it's so embarrassing. So in the CR, back when I was young, like around 12, 13, right? I was actually in a chat filled with other kids my age. It was a site called Chatavoid. I'm telling you guys right now, the chat was so drama filled and not in a good way. Kids there were awful, and you know how we kids were, right? Back when we were that age, we were very thin-skinned and let the littlest of things get to us. So 12-year-old CR Justin was pretty much already living the quote unquote teenage life, except it was all online. Yeah, now you guys can see why I've refrained from telling people this in my life. Because shit, I should have experienced this. I should have had the teenage experience, but in real life, with actual people I know and grew up with, and not with some random ass people I didn't know. Not only that, but I also ended up dating a chick on there as well. Yeah, I don't count that one bit as my first ever girlfriend. Hell to the fuck no. My CR young dumbass self actually took it serious as if he was going to marry this chick. Man, me now looking back at it, I'm all like, dude, you're 13. Live your life, man. I quote unquote dated her for 2 months, and after we quote unquote broke up, my young CR dumbass self was crying over it and dwelled over it for months. Like, bro, looking back at it now, I just want to go back and tell him and be all like, it's not that deep, bro. You got your whole life ahead of you. Adding insult to injury, home life was also bad as well at the time, so yeah. The CR fucked me really hard. But that's also one thing I scripted in my DR as well is that I do not meet any of these people. I do not join that chat at all. I'm living my life the way I want to. Finally having a fulfilling youth. But I can't put any blame on the poor kid at all. On my poor 13-year-old young CR self. Because he was 13 and a literal child still. But what the fake CR did to him was fucked up. Like, what did you want him to do, obviously, Because obviously when you're 13, you don't know anything. You're still, trying to find who yourself are. And the only thing you're supposed to do is just live a normal youth. What should have happened was he should have met Syria, aka my DR comfort character, earlier in life, and then continue his journey from there, and then experience all the teenage drama in life. In real life. keyword real life, and also kept his former 7th grade teacher with him in his life so he can remain on the right path. Because after I lost contact with my 7th grade teacher, that's when shit started to spiral for me, because I didn't have, like, someone to look up to anymore after that. And I just kind of spiraled, which was sad. Instead, the OR decides to give him that shit because this reality can be harsh and unforgiving. Now, you guys know me. I'm always the type of person to take responsibility for what I do. But dude, my 13-year-old self was just a kid. My god, man. This makes me even happier to shift to my DR where I can relive my teenage years properly and have my story go the way it was supposed to. Now, yes, 8 years later, things may seem to be quote unquote better, but bro, it's not sustainable. I've managed to fix my CR self. Yeah, cool. But I don't want the years to tick by as I get older and older and looking at each missing void of mine and be all like, damn, I had the power to change all of this. You have to be a long term thinker, not a short term one. My DR is the way better place to be, long term. I'll finally relive my teenage years, experience a normal youth in real life. Yes, I'm going to keep saying it because the more I say it, the more it affirms. Guaranteed to be with my old flame, Syria. And when my DR catches up to CR time, I'll be training to be a WWE superstar. Or possibly already have my career started out. Given earlier in life, I didn't have to go through all that transition phases of having to fix shit, so yeah. I'm not trying to say I'm not thankful for what I have now here. In fact, this makes me more thankful for the experiences I'll have in my DR. Here's the thing with me, guys. I am the anti-hero, where I do the right thing, but I got a funny way of showing it. So, yeah. I'm a good person with a good heart, but I wouldn't do the typical stuff that the normal good person would do. But I will never forgive the CR for ruining the life of my 13-year-old young self. But here's the thing, any reality that fucks up a life of a child, that shit is just so unforgivable, man. Yeah, bro. Whichever reality does that is done in my eyes. No religion, none of that shit is gonna make me forgive it. It's my life and I'm shifting no matter what. This was a very hard topic for me to talk about, and this video was hard to make. But I know I am sharing this for a good reason. Because most of my perma shifters and respawners as well have had the CR screw them in life. And honestly, yes, it may be unfair, but we're only one shift away now from immortality. So just remember that. Think long term, guys. Like, oh yeah, just sharing my shifting updates as well. Like my shifting journey updates. Um, Lately, of course, I've been recovering from being sick. I have really bad allergies, but once the allergies are all recovered and all, I'm not gonna give a shit about the allergies anymore. And I'm still just prioritizing my DR. So yeah, that's a mini update on my journey. So, anyways, happy shifting.